Can we get rid of one of these chairs, maybe? I think so. I don't think I can get us all.
You guys sign in?
Yes, thank you.
I know, it rained in Shelby. Yeah, it rained in Terre Haute. Yeah. But not very long. No. Well, when I came home last night, it was raining.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah, you freaked me out last night.
Huh?
You freaked me out last night when you called me and said that.
Oh,
I
really?
thought, oh my God. And then I didn't call till this morning. Well, I think he's gonna do it.
We got to decide what diameter pipe we can put on that alley down here.
No smaller than 12.
Okay. No, and then.
Smaller than 12. Because you don't want to go from a 12 to a 10.
No, so you tell me what you want.
Is that what it is, Will? Is that what that?
I don't know what that is, I didn't.
That's what's in there now, anymore, and then they're replacing it.
Whatever.
Well, I told John, I think we need to do it in 2 pieces. We need
Yeah, I
to
do
do
too.
an alley, and then if
Yeah.
something ever
Do the alley
happens, yeah.
With one piece, and then do the other one with another piece, if, like you said, if something happened to that alley,
Go right to that drain.
and then we can,
You don't
Take care
have
of
to
it,
replace
yeah.
the whole thing, you just replace that 25 piece.
yeah, so, whatever.
I would like it, I wonder how much it is, because I would almost go a little bit farther down that ditch that the county's gonna do, and they burn dirt and cover it up on the hill or the library.
No, the county's gonna-
Because that's a pain in the butt, you know, we can use that. I know they don't have a pocket. I don't even know how much it is, it ain't
Why don't we
cheap.
put that dirt down there close to where they can use it? And then we get the pipe, we can put that,
Well,
cover it up.
Where do you put it?
Well, we dump it out right there kind of close.
Well, I gotta keep that alley open.
Well, yeah, I know, but
just put it on the other side of the cake.
Until I still don't know this.
He don't know that yard, I'm gonna kill him.
It ain't just him, Doug, it's, I cannot believe.
Listen. well, it is. Guys, Mark, you gotta be mowing all the time, dude. I'm mowing every day, somewhere, every.
But there's no sense in it, there's no sense in these yards, like that across the street from me, there's no sense in it.
Look at, you know what, I'm gonna have to have to get that man.
Oh, I know, but he sold it, and there you go.
There you go.
All right, you're talking about that house right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Jacob Bowden mowed that mess down there, trying to.
Oh,
did it?
Threw it all out in the road, and, it's just a mess
It's a
down
mess.
there.
But we decide what diameter we want, and I'll call up there tomorrow and get a price on it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, there's a lot of water comes through.
Oh, I know.
Because they come up over the sidewalk and everything else. I would see what, I wouldn't go any smaller than 12, I mean, even if they had a 14.
I agree, 12, it's 12.
Well, we can take it over that, put there, from the alley, or 25, where we just, I got it, my phone.
25 of the hours, 150.
So, 15,
Whatever you go, you got a whole distance.
Well, she's sort of, looks like she's spraying some paint
and
before.
then,
Yeah, because what happens is you get a big flood, and it goes, fills that up, and then that 12 can't carry 14, and then it comes up.
And that pipe's 12, I say stick 12 in there.
okay,
Yeah, because I mean, I think it rains, if it was 14.
okay. Well, I'm gonna,
I mean,
We'll
what
just see
I
what's
would do,
gonna fall.
I'm
I would
talking about
I would try to still open over price 14 to see what that, see what the
I got
difference is. If there's not that much of a difference and we got it, I'd say you do it.
I'm gonna call them on his price. And then that's all we're gonna decide tonight. Hey, I took out a whole unit, had to bring me a hand salad sandwich. You didn't hear me.
You missed it.
I know. I was tied up on the phone. I was gonna be there at 5 o'clock. The Presbyterian Church, the hand salad, hand salad, that thing. But I was tied up on the phone. Well, I'll call them.
I got it, what you been doing down at your place? I see.
clean out our garage.
That's exactly what I told
You
you.
know, her being that garage.
Bob, but
Yeah,
no,
no, I'll
no,
grab a
no,
chair.
No, we'll get one. Here, no. I just grabbed one. Oh, here.
Cleaning out that
Just so you
garage.
guys know, my live stream's right there.
Okay.
Well, Donna, where are you putting everything? In the dumpster?
See the dumpster?
Some of it, yes. Some of it is just like. the
Is
kids, You know, if it's the kids.
Kurt's
They better be coming again.
sound system behind the stage?
Kurt, what?
Sound system that we brought over for the festival.
I think so.
Hey, Bob, just
Well,
so
I-
you
it might be
know,
their
that
problem.
iPad's live streaming, so it doesn't get bumped. That's our live stream for YouTube right there.
You
You
mean
wanna
I
sit
can't
over here?
cuss?
You can sit there definitely, but.
I
you
can't
can-
cuss and stuff?
Well, whatever you feel like doing, but please don't cuss.
Whatever you say, will be
I
on.
like the
you know.
picture.
I have the clamp thing, but it wasn't working very
Yeah.
good.
No, I'm good.
I'll always look up there, but I don't remember seeing it up there.
I can
We had it
away
here.
from that thing, you know.
I just looked at it, think it was,
I know, that's
You
why.
look in here?
I'll look again, but wasn't real big.
No.
Let's stand, say a pledge of allegiance to the flag.
Allegiance to
To
the
the
flag
flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So you guys got your agendas in there. The next thing you have are the board meeting minutes from the July 10th meeting. And those minutes were combined. We kind of broke it up. We had our bids last month, but we didn't meet in June. We kind of had two
I have a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I make a motion to accept the minutes of the June, July meeting.
Any additions, deletions? Do I have a second?
Since I wasn't at the last meeting, I can say, make a motion, one second, since I have no idea.
All second.
Well, how do I know that's true?
All second. All in favor?
Live stream. So the next thing you guys have are your financials. You've got, your bank statements from First Financial, your general, camping, trust, or the First Farmers Bank and Trust Cemetery, Trust Indiana, the general and the cemetery. There's the cash and deposit reconciliations for all the banks, the weird and outstanding check list. There's also a fund report. There's the account payable vouchers in there, and I got the signature sheet for that.
I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
All second. All in favor?
Aye.
The next thing I have for you guys is the contract from J&J Builders. Doug, there's a place for you to sign, it's Tom and Aaron, and for myself to sign. And if you would, well, shoot, I have it up now, I'm recording. There's an e-signature too, so before we get done tonight, if you would just do the e-signature with me. But that's just for you and I to sign the contract based on what you guys voted for him to do last month. And I did talk to him this week, and he said he was hopeful to start working on this around the first week of September, if not sooner. He said as long as it was okay with you guys, they would, if they had like a day or two here or there, they would pop up and start working on things. He said if they did do that, whatever they started would get worked on and completed. They wouldn't leave anything unfinished if they start on something. Before we leave tonight, we'll just go get on there and do the e-signature. The next thing I have, I discussed this a little bit with you guys last month, so in talking with Autumn State Board of Accounts, making sure we have things set up, by state statutes for creating a fund for the community crossings grant. I have an ordinance 814-25. That's an ordinance to create a fund for the local road and bridge fund for the Indoor Community Crossings and Avenue Grant Fund. This will just allow us to have created that fund within the computer. It's part, it says on here, but part of our bank one, our general bank account at First Financial Bank. So if you guys would make a motion to approve that and sign.
Motion?
I make a motion to create a ordinance for the local road and bridge fund for the community crossing grant.
Additionally, with that, we'll have a couple more of these to have to do as we set some other things up with this, but we had discussed this, at last month's meeting with you guys. Basically, the state had matched a 75% match on the project total, which was, $28,802.80. The state portion was $21,602.10. Our 25% match for the town, came in at $7,270. And like I discussed with you guys, I thought it might be best to do 75% of those funds from our MVH, motor vehicle highway, the restricted, and also 25% from just our regular MVH. The motor vehicle highway restricted is, if there's a lot more criteria you have to go by to be able to use those funds. And any kind of these community crossing grants fall under that. So I double checked resolution number 814-25. Just a resolution pertaining to transfer of those funds, our 25% out of our MBH and MBHR to the local road and bridge fund. That's our matching portion.
Have a motion?
I got a motion to, what? To move those funds. And
Transfer this fund.
transfer these funds into the, MPH fund and the local road and bridge fund.
Second, Bob.
Yeah.
All in favor? Aye.
The next thing I have, Kristen Gooch of New Focus HR that we have contracted with to help us do our employee relation type things. She's told us as part of her service, they always are updating if there's any new state statutes or anything that we have with them with our employee handbooks and such. So there was a new policy, per state law, number 604, child educational activities leave. She drafted that portion in this email to us, and I did go ahead, it's in here, it's just that small portion that's changed. But this is a copy of our employee handbook, with that new amendment. So she asked if you guys would be presented with this and vote to approve the new amendment that goes along with the state statute.
Have a motion for that? The state is changing the regulations.
I make a motion, we
This is
add
something
that ordinance to our ordinances.
It's just approving the amendment to our employee handbook.
Make an amendment to approve the amendment.
Make a motion to approve the amendment to our.
Help him find it.
To our employee handbook. It's okay, Tom, I know you've been in school for a week.
There's nothing to sign there, let's go vote that yet. And this I will, for any current new employees, I'll make sure they have the most updated copy of that. Just to let you guys know, today I was opening mail and I got a invoice from American Water for the community building for $701.19. Our normally monthly bill is around $100, so I called them, and the gal I spoke with said that from what she can see on her side, back when they came in March, there was issues with our meter, and then again, they came and looked at it in April, but they told us all that was fixed. She said she doesn't think the meter was fully repaired, so since April when they came, they only gave estimates of what our water usage is. So she said she thinks it's lower, and this is a catch-up of the $701. Last month's bill, just so you know, was $89.92. This month is $701.19. So I did tell her we didn't notice anything here that was leaking anywhere. There's nothing inside that looks to be leaking, but I asked if they could have someone come out. So I'm supposed to meet someone here tomorrow between 9 and noon to see if they can give me any kind of more information.
But that's even locked up.
Has water
Can't
bills,
get in there.
$700.
Meter.
I don't need, I mean, our water.
Yeah, our water.
We need to use that.
But our
We're
meter.
not using it.
She said she thinks it's because we were only getting estimates, that we never were getting precise readings since April. But even at that, we've still been having bills close to $100 a month. So that doesn't add up to me that it'd be $700 because that's double of what our normal bill is, you know? It's been rented like once a month, and then other than that, we have hardly used, that's what I told her. So anyways, so you guys know American Water is coming tomorrow morning, and we'll look at this. Just to update you, because I'm supposed to, on continuing education, I got my documentation from Ball State from the ILMCT school that I went to a couple months ago. I got 12 more hours of continuing ed. I'm required to have 10 each year. I might get double that. I got another credit hour because I did an online Zoom with the DLGF on assessments last month. Just so you guys know, some things coming down the pipe that I've seen from AIM, and in the ILMCT thread, starting January 1 of 26. The community crossings grant currently has the locals at a matching of 25%, and it's gonna be lowered if your town wants than 10,000 to 20%, so that would help us with further grants. And then also, there's new legislation that's starting next year in July that right now, our MVH money that comes from the state, you normally have $800-900 a month, it gets split 50/50 as it's required to. In MVH, MVHR, by next July, they're changing that to where you just have to put 40% and they're restricted, and the 60 goes to your MVH. I have a couple emails that were sent to the town from public inquiries. This one was sent 7/25, Amanda Meisner. I've got an issue with the alley that separates my property on Cherry Street. People are driving through there in bad weather, and I'm certain that it has crushed the drainage system, causing some serious drainage issues. I would like for you guys to come and take a look at it and get it fixed if possible, but if I'm going to have to fix it, I want to go about getting the alley closed so it doesn't happen again. I replied, thank you for expressing your concern, that I would take it to the meeting and encourage her to also attend to discuss this with you guys. So, I don't know if you guys have any information on
Where
this.
is it?
She says, my property on Cherry Street, Amanda Meisner.
I can say it has to be because it's Marla Thompson's road. Marla is on Cherry.
Yeah.
It's either her or in Wyden's house.
That alley's been used before though, so I think
They can't close it because it's a utility alley, that's the same as mine, so she can't close the alley.
Need to reach back out maybe and let her know, Doug, if she's got more questions,
Yeah.
to call you.
Have her call me.
But I don't know when there would be any.
She didn't give me her phone number or anything more
Oh.
specific than that, so I'll just have her, I'll email her,
Yeah,
and give her your phone number. Okay. I have another email, this one is from Jim Shacklet. Dear Tom Miram, I have heard several complaints about the stop sign at Third and Poplar in front of the Bluff Church. The brush around the sign is causing problems trying to see. Someone not familiar with the town could miss it altogether. And then the limbs and brush next to the drive around the cemetery is rubbing my car, and I would like to see it trimmed back. Thanks, Jim Shacklet. I've heard other people also comment on both those places.
Yeah, there's still is.
Yeah.
Some like they're about running into the grave and,
Here, but up here at the corner, you can't see.
where's that at?
Up here at the church,
Up here at the church on Paris, Paris.
That's right.
Well, he's tried to mow that.
He is mowing, I think, today,
Yeah.
he tried to mow it today.
Yeah, pretty high, is that elbow.
He's tried for 2 weeks.
What's that? It's that big brush, isn't it, right
There's
there in
big
front
brush.
of it?
root bush there, and there's
It
about
needs to be-
100 walnut trees that's
Yeah.
got grown in it.
We've been up there once, we cut the path and helped him.
Yeah.
And
And then he wouldn't let us cut up a tree.
I know, it's not going to let us do anything else. But since that's a state highway,
How far over do they have to do the set ditches right there?
yeah,
Is that their property or is that?
well,
The ditch would be the state.
that's what he said. State, that is
But
the
the
long
bushes
state.
are on the other side of the ditch.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is it their property, so
Their
that,
problem.
so we can't really do anything about that one, but what about the cemetery?
The stop sign would be in state property.
Yeah, state
So
problem.
you could trim those bushes so you could at least see the
Yeah. Oh, you
stop
can't
sign.
see.
Would that be something that the state would come and take care of, kind of like the right of ways for the power lines out there that come through?
Well,
They
they
might.
should. I can call the state Monday.
So you'll call
Yeah,
state,
yeah.
and then what about the cemetery?
About what?
The brush at the cemetery, that's
That
all
land
for.
hanging down,
I'll
I'll
see
see
up
what
there and cut that.
Since you're retired.
Just yesterday, drove by there, not a man, he's gonna be cut. I need some.
Thank you, John. Yeah.
When you retired,
Huh?
you're working harder now than you did before.
I know.
You'll find that out,
You'll find
every
That's
out.
time.
what people go, man. I said, ah.
That's Bob.
what he's done.
The next thing I have, JBL Disposal had reached out to me again. The invoice that was the one from your improvement hadn't been paid yet from the dumpsters from cleanup day. She did send, I asked her, this was the one, I think Bobby gave it to you at the May meeting, if I remember right, what meeting?
How long, when is that dated?
Well, she resent this June 22nd, but the original one was in May.
Yeah,
that I
but the
dropped.
June, I think Chester said all the bills were paid, so.
But
maybe
I don't know
after.
if he ever got this. I did try to call him, but I didn't hear back. But JBL said they never got, they have one that's a check from the town of Merrim, but they never got a check from Merrim Improvement Association.
Did
So is it okay if I give you this bill again? I did try to contact Chester, but didn't get it, so.
Yeah, because we had the same thing with
Yeah.
books,
Yeah.
but he paid for those.
And maybe they have something off, but they showed ours, but they didn't show you guys', so I told her I'd.
When did they send that to us?
This was due 7/22.
Well, this is the one she rebuilt it for you
Oh.
guys, but the original bill was back in May when we had the dumpsters.
Yeah.
I asked her to, because the original one came in the mail, so I asked her if she could email me something so I could get it to you guys.
How much is that?
$450.
We were gonna have that budget hearing tonight, and I asked that we push it back, just so you guys would confirm the dates with me. In text message, it said on September 11th at 5:30 and October the 9th at 5:30. And that's good for everyone still, so I can get those published, okay?
What was the other date?
October 9th, it's both of our meetings,
Yeah.
so for the 6 o'clock meeting, having the budget hearing at 5:30. Additionally with that, so the community crossings grant, we have to do an additional appropriation for that, and we're required, to have like a 10-day notification for the paper on any of those additional appropriations. So I can put that in the paper and run it so that that meeting is also set for our next meeting, as long as that's okay with you guys. I don't know 100% sure, but with the insurance checks and stuff too, and the money getting sent out with that, we may also have to have an additional appropriation. I've been trying to navigate some of that, but I didn't get a definitive answer yet. So if it's okay with you guys to just give me permission now, if we need an additional appropriation for insurance, can I also publish that to do it at that time too? Okay. You guys have asked about landscaping and improving your day, mostly. Paperwork, he was very helpful today, so we're hoping to get that knocked out this weekend. Looks like we might need more rock, which we kind of figured that, and then we've been that before, but didn't want to get too much either up here, so hopefully we'll get all that dug out like it's supposed to be, the mulch up to the building, get the rock set. It's kind of hot and everything right now. I do have some extra shrubs I've been watering and things. We're gonna try to plug some of the perennials back in that we can. But some of that might be better to wait till later in the fall to get some things planted or first of the spring, so we're putting that out there.
I think we've had some help.
Oh, that's nice.
We've got people over there, so. Animals.
Let's see.
They've been helping.
Horton Lawn asked me to ask you guys, he said that they've been having some issues with like weeding and mowing up there on some of the gray flowers that are deteriorated. We did, whenever we put all those regulations in place about the new sign up, I did post it at that time that Memorial Day flowers, I think we gave them 2 weeks from the day it was set to remove them. But I was gonna ask for your permission to go ahead and make a post about that again tomorrow, maybe give them a week if somebody wants to come clean it off, but all ground flowers have to be removed. He said it's like wires have gotten their tires and it's been a mess with some of that.
They should have removed it when we set those dates.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason we done it.
Unless you guys just wanted to go ahead and take them off.
Take them off.
Great.
Because it
Take them off.
done.
People that. People
They're on the
that buy
ground,
it.
get them out
And
of
most
there.
people don't come and get it anyway, unless they're living here in Maine.
With that too, with Horton, so we know like August is still pretty got a regular mowing schedule. What are you all thinking? Like go ahead and keep the same mowing schedule for September and then relook at October, what we need done?
Hopefully, it's put rain in, it's dry up, we're gonna have long nights.
If you're living in Maine, it's hard to find it.
Yeah,
Pretty popular.
Do you want him to kind of check on an as-needed basis more through September than just doing the regular, because he's doing everything weekly?
I think we should.
To check with you, Doug, before he comes?
I don't think we should keep doing like we've been doing. And,
been doing a pretty good job keeping up.
He said, like, in the cemetery, there's been some places that have been wet, that he knows there's pumpy grass, he's trying to get it blended out, he's aware of all that, just hasn't been able to, so they didn't know that. That's all I have.
We had nothing to rain last time.
Yeah.
Mark, what you got?
Other than the yards and the gym.
Well, one good thing, now the gardens and trees have all rolled out,
I know, Jackie said that today.
and it kind of camouflages
It's
that.
camouflage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we got Fourth Street, we got voters and charities.
Oh, that's terrible.
Just come all the way down.
Now, I think Charity is in,
No, she's not, because I near her driveway yesterday.
she's out.
She's out. Chassis.
She's out again for the second time.
I guess, she was in the driveway
I thought she
yesterday.
had,
Stuff out of that trunk of that black car.
I thought she had no on.
I don't know, she was taking stuff out of that old Cadillac or whatever it was that Travis always drive. The trunk was up, and she was taking stuff out of it.
Oh, she had 12,000, she had.
Now, Don, I'm telling you, that's a building anywhere else, you know that that would be a problem.
She's got three.
Your dad agrees, it's the truth. Between the junk vehicles, I mean, I'm surrounded by grass. I don't have a neighbor with one that knows how to mow.
We can't help that.
No.
But we can
I mean,
help, we
I've been-
can help the corner of Fourth down there, that the roadway got mowed and it all ended up in the road.
You don't need that in the road. Yeah.
I don't know why he's not mowing,
Like down here.
He's not there half of the time.
but hire somebody.
It's Jacob, but it's not. Yeah. But I mean, you've got that mess, you've got this across the road. There's just no end. Caleb ain't gonna his yard but twice all summer.
Caleb doesn't have them.
And,
I told him
yeah, I hate to
because-
say it, but your cousin, she don't know how to mow. She ain't mowed but once all summer.
No.
And then when she did, the first time she mowed, she ran over that whole yard and didn't even have the deck down or the blades pitched.
But remember, that's about, they don't know in
She
California.
kept driving, Jeremiah says, don't you think you ought to say something to her? And I said, no, let's just see how far she goes. And she done that whole yard.
John's.
Yeah, John's been, yeah.
I don't. I mean,
And
All
somewhere along
around.
the line, we're gonna have to go down and do something.
Question, did we order those signs that your husband talked about?
It was we ordered to get some of those, and just a handful we needed, so we never did finish that. We have our ordinances and everything, there's.
Because we talked about that, and that's, I thought that was kind of a great idea, because it makes you accountable,
Sign
because it's
everywhere.
in your yard.
But we also kind of did it when we had a superintendent, so now we don't have any employees that, unless you guys want to go stick signs in.
sign up.
Well, if you want me to get some, I just, they weren't a sheet, get back to 25 or so.
What do we want to put on this sign? Take care of your yard?
Well, I know.
It just said in violation of ordinance.
Yeah, and they even took it to the step of, they gave them so many days, and if they didn't do it, the town would mow the yard, and then put lien against them on their taxes.
That's what I'd like to do.
So,
Yeah, but I mean, half the people don't pay their taxes anyway.
well, and
Yeah,
that's what I don't know, the legalities and everything of all that, but then the town would assume the property.
What if we made 5 signs? Said, you know, whatever the ordinance is about mowing and trash in their yard and all that, and then put that in the town's right of way by their property. And, you know, probably send them a letter, tell them they got, once we put these signs up, you got a week to get it cleaned up, or we're gonna mow it, and then we're gonna charge you on your property taxes.
You're gonna have to mow it.
Can you send a letter that gives them 10 days to be in compliance, or you'll be posting a sign and then not have an additional, you know?
24 of those was the small amount, and VR Graphics said they were $750 each for the state.
It's not bad.
They just.
So I don't know how many you want, if you want 25,
Political
and that's
signs?
what they were.
Yeah.
This one, they showed us, it said
But they're not
property of
quite, they're
city
about half the
person.
size of a
Do
foot.
not remove or destroy.
They're more like that.
That's this is what I sent via our graphics. And then it
If
says,
you
no,
want
this
to
is
print
violation.
on them and buy the material.
And it has, we can put our ordinance number in.
Yes, that's what I like.
So how many do you want me to? put?
10.
More than five, that'll be.
We'll need them next year, next year, next year. Get
Five
25.
24.
I'd get the 25, the minimum.
7 times 25 is how much?
Oh, come on.
750 feet.
You weren't a math teacher, were you?
Come on. How much is it? 7 times 20.
Seven times 20
Seven,
is
seven, or
$140.
$4.90.
You're gonna have, be up in the 200s.
Like $7.
About $175. About $175.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
Well, I didn't want it to be 500 and back on dollars. I know, I just Okay.
So you want me to order 24 for you?
24. I'll make a motion for 24 orange signs, the ordinance on it, and, whatever.
I don't know if it would be necessary, I don't know if it would be necessary even a letter or something to let them know that even if they destroy the sign, that would be applied to their
Yeah.
charge too, or if you just do that anyway. Put it in there, if you do have to
A
mow it.
lot of times when we try to send them a letter, we don't know what their address is, and then they never get it.
If it's certified, they don't pick it up now.
I know.
Well, that's the benefit of that sign in their yard, if they can't, don't see that, you know, that's.
I say just, I'm in favor.
Violation to remove the sign, something on it. It is a violation.
I charge for a sign too.
That says property of Princeton, do not destroy.
That's what I would, yeah.
John, you and I will go out and put them.
I'll be glad to, man. I don't think I wouldn't mind somebody coming out and start a business, see?
Now, watch your license as we do that.
Okay, that's fine.
No.
Nothing. I did call, I do have a few things. I called, what's the guy's, the drainage, Mike Fry. Called Mike Fry, told him that I think we're gonna try to get some of this stuff straightened out with the grant and see how much money we got. We can kind of go ahead and finish that project down under the hill. But we weren't gonna do anything until we found out how much money we had left and all that. He's gonna come and look at it and maybe shoot us a bid on it.
What else is he doing down there?
Well, we bought that property that's on the east side of that road that goes to the north. And we put a trail up to that, kind of that plateau up there. And I'd like to, there used to be kind of a road up through there. I'd like to be able to do a little trail up through there that goes right along the bluff.
Have you seen some of that when you go down the bottom of the hill and turn back north, how it's washed out with that?
North, right there on that turn.
Like if you go to the bottom of the hill right where that cabin is and turn right, some
Yeah,
of
that's
those that
all.
go up in there, it's really washed all that gravel out and there's great big ruts in
There's
that.
That's just, I mean,
Well, it's a
people
new
make that
trail.
big turn right there and it just ruts it up.
Well, it's the new trails, like this one that's only like wide enough for a four-wheeler. If you were gonna climb the bluff side, right there to the.
Oh, on that north side, on that east side, yeah, I'm sure they're getting forward. And there is maybe some work that can be done because we put that culvert in right there and it's good to get water in. Then when it starts coming back to the south, there's no outlet. So we may, when light comes down, I may have him look at that and see if we can fix that. And we might need a little more gravel down there along the, in that parking area. I'm just gonna look at it.
Cause that's not, I mean, if we had somebody that could run a tractor, they could probably fluff up some of what's down there. Like you say, there's a blade up there to that tractor, not
Now,
up here.
there's a blade there.
Well, I think that tractor needs a tire, that rear tire goes flat. Well, I don't know if that'd be something you run to get repaired or what, but there ain't nothing wrong with that tractor.
It started earlier this year.
Oh, I used it, you know, I've used it up there, so just there's a tire up and it's fine, of course, it didn't have any fuel in it, but yeah, it all functioned, it all worked, like it should.
just kind of,
Maybe
you said
send
you
it
guys,
there more, or
you
whatever.
guys asked me about DNR stuff, so just because I texted to you, but so we know. I did talk to Nathaniel, he did call me back, and he said that he'd been out on vacation, he was gonna pull up our files again and redig through everything, and at this point, they don't need anything, and he would try to sift through and see what has been spent and what we still have left and get some kind of
That's
outline.
what we.
That was a couple weeks ago, and I haven't heard anything back.
Well, this Joe has informed that we need, we should be getting a check. But there were some that were missed, one for Bland, and I got that one, oh, Bland is in the call. So we got two from McNeil back in 2021. One's for 1,043 notes for 1,750. I don't know, they're in there, Rod.
Some of that was not things that were part of that, but I'm pretty sure that Land and Sons was in there.
Yeah, well, Nathan didn't have to submit, I've got it at home, and we used to off on and submit it. Now, Bob Tommy had one here, a bill for 662.52 that goes back to 2022, but we don't know the exact date.
Some of that, like that had stuff for Bob, if he bought parts and pieces
Yeah.
that were for that, I
Yeah.
had those invoices and I attached all that in what I sent. So anything, I pulled Bob's details up and as much paper trail as I had, that was before me, I made sure and got that all in there.
But
Ever what that was for, Bob?
for some reason. we
I
can't-
hope you're saying $62.
No, $662.
It was 600.
662.
There was some stuff I think you got, Bob, that had to do with like the posts, when you guys put some of that stuff in maybe, or like the lighting that went up there, I don't know. There was a few things that was, that
Right.
kind of stuff that was related.
What
Those
year was
fire
that?
range, maybe,
I don't know, 2022.
those fire range and then the posts.
You say 2022?
2022.
I can go,
That, it's not been that long since we posted
No.
this, 3 years ago.
But if
I can
we-
look
That
back.
would've been like,
if we
My
don't,
record.
if we don't get this, we can use that, I think, at $662 as
that was
any
just
kind
like
of
a year
money.
and a half ago.
That'd be, that,
I have, Bob, I pulled
Yeah.
him up as one of my vendors, and I have all that, and I sent that. So I don't, if Nathaniel needs something more with that, for Chris, if one of them wanna email me, I can resend it, but that's all part of my package. And then the stuff with that McNeil, some of that, there had been questioned, because if you remember when State Board of Accounts came in, they found that you guys had applied for one of the local grants for electricity up at the Bluff, and got $5,000. That was before I came in office.
That was
And
from the
so,
Green Foundation.
some of that, there was question about things being double billed because it had already been covered in another grant with the electrical services. And that's, I'm pretty sure those were the ones they found got paid from grant money that was received in from that community foundations grant. So that's not something we can turn around and
We can't-
submit to
we can't-
DNR.
we
We've
can't
already
double
had
bill.
funds for it.
Yeah, that was the straight $5,000 for the campground.
Took care of that, we don't have to worry about that. So the really, the only one we got to worry about submitting was 4,500 on that form. Was Chris said he'd do that, and then,
I'll relook at those in my packet, and I've got that all scanned in, so I'll see if I can find it and help you guys with that, but I
but
think,
if we, you know, but then we're gonna have to submit his bill, whenever he gives us his bill, so we can get that money in that grant, so we pay him.
you guys haven't yet voted either, because in the original grant agreement, I think it was Chris was due $42,000, and when Chris rewrote the grant, amounts in that this last time, he upped it to, I think, 54, 56, I think it was maybe $12,000 more. So you guys will need to vote that you approve that his original fees dumped $12,000, that you're willing to pay that.
I think he's gonna cut that.
I think it was 42,000.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna cut that anymore.
What do you mean by that?
He's gonna increase that.
Give that more in time to us.
Yes.
We've talked about that.
So I think we're gonna come out better off there.
Can he invoice us so we know what we're supposed to be due him, so you guys can vote? We need to have that all recorded, I've been told that a few times, so you can just ask him. and get
I'll
it
tell him
invoiced.
also.
Okay.
But yeah, if these two would be there, but I think we're right on that, 5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
That grant, I remember we got that great.
Cause they asked me why I didn't put in for more.
Yeah, we asked, yeah, why you didn't put in for more money?
Next time we will.
But other than that, I'm like Mark, we got a weed problem. But,
Well, I think that's the best way to handle it, is what we do, with no signs up. And then mow, give them so much time, then mow it, and then charge them.
the other thing is, south of Phillips Sparks, the place where Jerry Lyons lives. I've been doing some work on that, and there's a company out of New York owns that house. And I've been in contact with them, and I told them, I said, if the town has to mow that, we're gonna bill it. It's just the way it's gonna be. And I'm
Had
trying to.
somebody mowing it, but they quit this year.
Yeah, it's the weeds are this
Oh,
fall.
I know.
And I told them, I said, somebody's gotta do something about it. And I said, if you want us to mow it, we get it mowed, we'll soon get billed.
Was that the old Clutie place?
Yeah, those are good places. I've also been, I've contacted, Fifth Third Bank in Ohio about Jones's place down here. I said, this has gotta be cleaned up. Well, I keep getting the story that this bar is under investigation. Well, I said, there's no investigation about it. I said, he set it farm. He told me. So,
But they don't have any proof to that,
no.
especially after they shoved it all up together.
They're not gonna, we'll talk to the fire marshal here, because he would be the first one to
Right.
conduct an investigation.
That's where we're at there. So, but I'm gonna just keep calling them.
Well, you need to tell them there's an excavator across the street that's for hire that will clean it up and get in contact with Isaac.
Because Isaac get went over to Fifth Third Bank and saw it.
But they didn't
And
have
they
any
didn't know anything,
information.
Couldn't tell me anything. That's a whole different division.
I told him, I said, you'll have to go to Ohio.
So, other than that, I'm trying to get the weed problem taken care of.
Doug, you think you could talk to, Johnson grass is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Now, Bill came down with his, or one of the boys with his sprayer, killed a lot of that in front of Tom Frederick's house, all the way down to our house,
I see.
and on the other side. If you could talk to Bill, he might let that boy, he might let that boy run around town and spray that Johnson grass. I mean, I can't believe that the state hasn't. The state used to go out and spray that. But whatever Bill's spraying is killing it.
Yeah, but you know, this Johnson grass grew and then it would
Ask
seed
Bill
real
if this
quick.
is spring.
Oh,
And there it was, it just keeps magnifying itself, so.
And there again, people don't mow their yard.
Yeah.
Not to grass problems,
Yeah.
it seeds, the birds carry it, and everybody gets it.
It's a mess. I've never seen it as bad as it is this year.
I've never seen it.
But there's places all over town that has places. This place down here where the guy won't let you mow. That's Johnson grass along there. And you just might talk to Bill and see if, because he sent him down to mow my pasture the first time. And he said, no, just give him a little money or something. And I gave him $30, and the guy said, well, you didn't have to do that. But I think Bill would probably, because here's the end of the season, he's probably got already mixed up that he can't do anything with, so.
We'll talk to him about it.
Yeah, that would be a good move, really, is get that
Up here on
stuff.
this corner,
Well, just have him drive around town.
Okay. Park committee, what, anything?
I sent Brittany a text a couple of days ago and asked her to reach out to Camp Spot and see, what availability of dates they had that we could maybe present tonight, to the committee and get scheduled to watch the Zoom meeting that we need to do to get further educated, and so I'll let her just, comment on what she found out.
They are willing to Zoom with us if we can set dates with them, but in like researching some of this, we really need to have a meeting. I talked to legal counsel at Amy, trying to get a hold of you, so we tried to call you. Because I was getting told that we need to have an ordinance place for our park, and then even kind of outlining the park committee, and just guidelines and record keeping for our books of establishing all this. So call me back because Terry had asked him to look into it after they called. But the last thing he told me today was he really couldn't give me any more information because you guys have said I'm not allowed to call a lawyer without your permission. So, which I'm not even sure that's legal to do that, because like I'm supposed to get, like, the state statutes that the clerk has access to attorney also. And with this, I'm just trying to get prepared for tonight, so we know what ordinances specifically they're asking for us. I think it's gonna be great for us to have some revenue coming in, but we really need to have a meeting set that you guys, at least 2 council members are present, whoever the park committee that's gonna help will be present, and get, camp spot moved in, keep minutes recorded, get the ordinance set for the park, get fee schedules like officially approved. You know, one thing that like was legal advice was they said, you know, camp spot can't be just our catch-all of the campgrounds. It's gotta be more in tune with the town, and they said a lot of that would fall back on you guys as a council and me as the clerk treasurer if we don't have all this set straight. So I know there was already some of that question that came to State Board of Accounts asking how this was gonna go, and they weren't very pleased with some of like that. They're the ones that found that double grant, you know, trying to get that electric money back twice. But they said they were not gonna completely go into it this past time because we had so much. But when they come back to audit us this next time, by then, the camping will probably be open, these other grants are gonna be closed, and they're gonna dig through all of it. So I just wanna make sure we're setting ourselves up the best that I can, you know, to help. The attorneys have said we need to have some ordinances. You guys give me permission, Strong's more than happy to help us get some things drafted that we need. One thing that keeps coming up that just makes this such a challenge is we can't find another municipality in the state of Indiana that operates a campground. So there's no just black and white structure of how we set this up. You know, it's always a park board is operating it or a different entity within the city or town. So bottom line, we really need to have a meeting where you guys are at the top of it and giving the park committee permission for whatever you're gonna give them, approving the schedules, approving camp spot, getting it all documented, creating an ordinance from our lawyer for our park, and the park committee's role in helping with the campgrounds, is what I was told.
So let's set up a meeting.
We need to set up a meeting with this camp spot then.
So when was their availability? Are they available most days?
Yeah,
or
and they
do
said they could try to help us at an evening, but they said give them a couple dates and we'll see. I mean, there's 2 or 3 of them I've talked to there, and so they're flexible and willing to help us.
So let's just look at a date right now, Bob.
Give us that.
Don, now that you're retired, is it something you guys want to try to pull in the daytime? That, they said they can do evenings, they're Michigan time, they prefer to not, if that's possible, that they would.
I just
I'm good
can't,
anytime.
I can't do anything before probably 4 o'clock, because that's about the time I get out of work.
See if we can have a meeting like 4:30?
4 o'clock's fine, I mean, I can make 4 work.
If we can do it next week.
Bob, next week was free, but for you, when you told me the 18th, the 19th would work, Monday or Tuesday, Thursdays are bad.
Anytime except for Thursday.
I
And the
can't
next
do
week,
Tuesday, but I can do Wednesday, I don't know if that works for you guys, if Bob and
I
I'll be
mean-
available.
this coming week, yeah,
Wednesday at 4,
that's the 20th, right?
if for some reason they can't do it that date and time, can you give me one more backup, like maybe the next week,
I
looking
mean,
at that?
could they do Monday the 18th?
Wednesday, the 20th.
Uh-huh. Bob, next week, I know you had something, you had
Yeah.
like 25, 27 available, but not 26, 28 or something.
Yeah, we've got 25, we're gonna stay up there, but we've got another,
So
2
yeah.
doctors appointments. So 25, 26, 27, and then
Okay, so
28.
next week is nothing for you.
Yeah.
It has to happen either Monday or
I don't know if
Wednesday.
I can get it turned around that quick for Monday. Hopefully Wednesday, we'll just try that, and if that's not good, then if you guys want, I can just make a group chat, so Bob, you get text messages, right?
Yeah,
so that you guys can all
he knows where his phone is.
see. Randy, is he wanting to be part of
Yeah.
that too?
Yes.
Is he home by 4 though?
Randy's terrible tonight.
But is he home by 4?
Randy?
Yeah, 4:30?
5:30.
He doesn't get off of the state until 5:30, or the county?
Well, he's all trying to get home, but even if we could have him on the phone,
Well, as long as Bob and I can be there, I mean,
And you might tell him the date, and he could probably knock off a little early.
he, one of
So Wednesday, 20th at 4 o'clock. Here,
yeah.
So I know that we've been told legally we should have some ordinances. You guys, is that okay with you? Would you vote that I have permission to call Monisset to try to start us on ordinances for the park and what they see legally necessary for us to have for our campground?
call Terry, says,
Sean's one of those, yeah.
I think he's cheaper.
He runs around stuff. He's helped us with all the property things and everything. He's good.
I make a motion to call
That's good,
Terry.
that's probably gonna take 2 or 3 weeks to get an ordinance.
That property deed stuff, I needed it done and he knocked it out.
Okay, I'll say make a motion and talk to Terry Monson, try to get some ordinance about our campsite.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
And then what else did we need that you sent that text message, Brittany? I'm looking here.
One thing that would save us some money for them to be doing the ordinance, if you guys have some ideas of what you want in the ordinance, that, I mean, we're gonna have to put some
Yeah.
legal stuff with it, but if you have an idea and can get me something drafted and back to me as soon as possible, or just some pointers that it's things you would like about the park, put in there, things about the canopy, to help outline that for them, I know it'll make it a lot easier. That property affidavit I had all around with the farm, that's what turned it around so fast. So if you guys can get me some things that I can get to them so they can just plug it in for the legal terms with it, that would be helpful.
Would that be as, like, where you can build a fire and that kind of stuff, or?
Or in just like the hours that it is a public park, that it's gonna be open with 7 campsites, just, I couldn't find anything, and there may be something, we've got a couple big books in there, that's old resolution and ordinances, but I couldn't find anything on the establishment of our park. And so everybody's supposed to have that, like all the other towns should have it, most do have it, I just don't see that for us. So there's really nothing to add to it and then, because we don't have the original, so
So
we really
what-
should have already had this. Go ahead.
So what do we have set up on Camp Spot? Do we have to plug all that in still, or is that already all plugged in, like the times of the park and the fees and stuff that we talked about?
You guys had talked about some of that, but we
Right.
just need to say, these guys have never seen Camp Spot, so we never had that.
But is that
standard.
already through Camp Spot set up, that our fees and stuff are already there, so we just need to pull that off and
With what
put
you
it?
guys said you wanted
Uh-huh.
it to be discussed, that's what I
Okay,
told them.
right.
They have us all ready, that basically when we're ready to go, they can turn us on live, so then we can have bookings. So we've got to finish the last part too of connecting the credit cards that get taken to our bank. That's on hold too. So there's getting us live to book, and there's the taking the funds and getting them there. And these guys have to vote that they're taking those credit card payments, that it's getting put into our camping bank and whatever fund. We just gotta have all that documented.
Is Camp Spot something that we can actually look at ourselves now to make sure that it's everything we want there, even though it's not open live, like as the committee that you
They
can?
showed me some of that, but I don't have like the access to that, but I can call or email them tomorrow, and just that way you guys can be looking at it, so if there's any questions. you
Yeah.
guys have
Okay,
them.
well,
And see, what we would pull off of that to have on the ordinance and back
Can you
up what
guys
we're
kind of
saying.
think about what you need for an ordinance and message me in our group message tomorrow, so that I can contact Strong back?
Like
and-
quiet hours and things like that.
Yeah, he said like if there's a time your park closes, or, I don't know, I can try to look
Can't
at some
really
sample
close.
park ordinances and send them to you guys. so you
Well, we
have-
used to have signs that says close at dusk.
Yeah,
Did
but
we take that down, or did somebody
I
take
think
it?
somebody stole it.
Because we talked about taking it down.
It's in the maintenance garage. John, I
Okay.
think you said take it down.
I thought we did too.
It's in the garage.
Yeah, because we couldn't enforce it. People's gonna drive through there after 11 o'clock.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
in a meeting, we talked about it, and you said just take it down, so that's what I was thinking. that had happened.
When you got a
Well, I mean,
residence
people drive
up
through
there
there, if I come home at night, I drive through.
I
there.
do too.
I do too.
Yeah, okay.
Something else that would be good to know is just like contacting the county that we're opening a campground, so for emergency medical, or if we would need police force, that they're aware of that. And then you guys can say at this meeting, we talked so-and-so, here's our plans for this. That's
Yeah.
like, insurance
Plan of
said,
action.
yeah, insurance said we're good, is with the 7, for the liability would cover, but there was some recommendations of those kind of things.
Yeah, it need to be,
Would your ordinance be like they couldn't have a tent out with their camper, or maybe allow them one tent?
I think
if
it says they
have
can
camper?
have one.
Or like they have to take their trash to the dumpster instead of putting it in the creek, or just things like that? Or,
But does that fall under a guidelines or an ordinance?
That wouldn't be an
Yeah.
ordinance, that would just be some of our,
Guidelines,
Guidelines.
yeah.
just like alcohol and
Yeah.
things like that. Like some of the bigger things that are the liabilities
Yeah.
for us, we want to outline that. So there's no question if we need help with it.
Okay.
So by tomorrow, you guys can shoot me some things. I'll try to find you some sample ordinances for parks of ideas, so that way I can get it emailed over to Strong, and maybe we can get something ready for next week. And then I'll also contact Campspot, message all you guys what they say, so we can make sure we have dates. But we do have to have at least 2 council members, because this stuff has to be voted. And, well, and it couldn't be before Wednesday anyways. We have to announce we're having a special meeting with the forum, so that would be our first date anyways. And I'll let the paper know we're having a call meeting Wednesday.
So we have to have 2 council there?
Yeah, because they gotta vote. That's one thing that they keep saying, you know, park committee is good, that you guys are helping and
Yeah.
stuff, but the board has to have a say
Right.
and put the structure in place.
Anything else, Lynn?
That's all I have.
Cemetery next, and
I didn't know if there was anything else involved.
No, we got the little mission taco on Saturday.
and we're doing pork chops and chicken dinners and bring everybody you can round up, because we get a lot of pork chops
Starts at noon and goes till it closes.
till 8.
Band starts today.
Starts after.
The lunch and stuff starts.
I hate that, I was on
so
TV
you're doing all that.
today, and we had our meeting, and I said 4 o'clock, so we start serving. And really, we'll start serving from there.
Yeah,
So
that's what.
we've got to, you can't
Little
do
Miss
that.
at 6 and Band at 8. Bob went to the newspaper though, and got that changed. He went and adjusted it at the newspaper.
Okay, good.
yeah, it gave us good coverage. If you get it online, it's been on all this week. It'll be
I've seen
on
it.
again Friday, and it was on last Friday. So,
Emily's put a lot of stuff out, and so does the Shelburne, people, they put stuff out. So, I mean, I think
We've got about all we can do, and when we get done, if you guys want to buy a case of chicken or a package of pork chops, I think we're gonna have plenty.
I do too, I do too.
Bob, did you ever get this bill from the guy who had the flagpoles? I never got any more. You mentioned those.
oh,
I
that's
didn't
why I'm
have-
here tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is from Thompson Machine and Welding, and they did more than what, they actually drilled the holes and everything, so all Randy and I have to do is get them welded together, stick them up there and drill. Now, I'm gonna try to put those down so you can reach them from the ground. You don't have to get a ladder.
Get in the truck.
Yeah,
Good.
and it's $15 more than the maximum I said, but he didn't charge us any. And if you wanna write that check tonight, I can take it out to him tomorrow.
Well, we've got kids at home. I have to put it in the computer and put it all in. So I don't mind, we're gonna come back up in the morning and work on the
Okay.
landscapes. If you wanna catch me in the morning, I can.
I'll do that.
Been in all day.
Oh,
Did you vote on this?
Yes.
and all every day.
Yeah, you guys voted on that last
That's
time.
Just, if we want to back up to campsites real quick, I just Googled, small town campsite ordinances. It's a lot like what David said. Noise, maintenance, regulations include restriction of the number of people per campsite, maximum stay, duration, designated quiet hours, specific rules that may address the pets, policy, waste disposal, and the use of recreational vehicles. And then they just kind of break it down into occupancy, length of stay, noise, site maintenance, pet policy, recreational vehicles, and zoning and permits. So that's kind
Did
of.
you say that was for camping? That's what you Googled?
Small.
That's good for that part, but we also maybe you can look up just for parks in general. 'Cause
Okay.
We don't have an ordinance for our city parks.
But yeah, this was just small town campsite ordinances. So we need to do campground or park.
Yeah, park and campgrounds. I mean, we're gonna have to put both in there, but I think we need some foundation for our park first. And then the camping is what they were asking from me.
Yeah, do we not, we don't have
I can't find anything. We don't have very many,
ordinances?
no. And then too, I don't know, like something that was brought up was for the park committee, like creating an ordinance that says we have established a park committee that's 3 people.
Yeah.
And right now it's these, and that, you know, if there's a vacancy, that the board president could fill, that's how park board works. I don't know
Right.
about the committee, the vacancy, but just, we need something too that says the outline of that, since you guys are the ones volunteering to help take care of it.
I just do small town campsite ordinances, and then I'll go with the parks.
One other thing I meant to ask you guys too, we have a few, resumes in their applications. Should, maybe, could we have a meeting right after the meeting Wednesday to review those on executive session?
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff not getting done around here that it's
I
mowing's
know.
great, but things are falling apart, so. So the 20th, let's just plan at 5 o'clock to look at those.
Isn't that when we were gonna have
At
to?
4, we're gonna do
Oh.
our appointment. We've got, I don't know, 5 or 6 applications in
Yeah.
there. Some, I know you guys kind of kicked out, but a couple I think you wanted to consider, so.
We'll get that more running up there, the yellow mower.
I think she's got a starter, I think we got the starter for it, but I haven't put it on, so it must still be, it's probably still up there. So I just need to put it on, it shouldn't take that long.
I
So,
don't know what you got.
Any for your thoughts?
Donna, did you ever get a chance to find out what paint these signs need, like?
Oh, yes, I will
specific-
send that to you.
Okay, thank you.
I will email that to you.
Once we get this done, I'd like to get that done too. That's like, the one at the block cleaned up really good, but this one's so peely.
Yeah.
I did have
You
some-
guys painted that
Yeah.
once, didn't you?
This
Yep.
hole back here in the corner,
It's getting more.
I put
One at-
some dirt in there, but that downspout is just like deteriorated and gone where it shot it out. So we could just get a piece of pipe or something on there, get it out away from the building, because it's eroding and all that. I mean, that's a big hole back there, under the AC unit and everything, so I've got it, some liquid in now. It will sell because there's a lot of solid in it.
And Dave, I mean, if you're moving that dirt over there by the,
I've been putting the rest of it at the cemetery, so if there's holes, if you know of,
there's a great big hole by that, seat that looks over the playground.
okay.
Shove some in there. That place is always, that's where the old school building was, we filled it up before.
I drove through the car with the bucket, but I didn't get off the tractor, but, yeah, if you know a hole or something, I would just dump it.
I think that's a pretty good sized hole, that's not like this one, it's still pretty good.
Okay, I've done some in there.
I've not looked at it for a long time, and usually it develops.
Okay.
Things from adjusters and I think
Yeah.
we did. Gutters do that.
That dirt at the cemetery, he's just been putting it in that corner, so we have topsoil filling our graves that we need up there.
Brittany, what's your email?
Nate, what you got?
That hole, just getting a pipe or something in there, or something to extend
Can
it,
we
where it's not really dumping out of the.
get a pipe, just put it on there,
Yeah, we got one.
and we do that right away?
Oh, an extension, a
Pipe,
pipe.
get the extension, just get it, put it in,
What is it?
right here at this corner.
There was,
That water, see that water sitting right there.
there was like an extension on that gutter, that downspout, and it's all broke off, so it's just dumping right out at the edge of the building, and it's created a huge
Yeah.
hole.
How big is that gutter, how big,
I think it's 4 inch.
4 inch, yeah.
4 inch?
Would you rather it come to your town of Barron with? I
That's
mean,
fine, it don't matter, whatever.
What I sent you was the,
Your paint stuff.
We would.
yeah, and you'll see where it says download.
How long do you think 4 feet.
Say download the college.
I go every bit of 4 feet.
Dig a hole there and put it in like that.
Well, it would be great if it was all dug in, you know, if you could dig in from up here and run it all out to the field, that'd be best, but, you know, you're talking expensive pipe and everything,
Yeah.
you know.
But that'd be a little project.
That would be ideal if you just, all of these gutters, you just run out where it's
I
not.
already had it in my.
That's a lot of digging.
I don't know about that.
Even if you,
Yeah.
even if you put one of those 90s, like that would be a
Might ask you.
left-hand 90 on the bottom of that, and then just run some pipe out that way, because it's gonna go that way anyway.
Yeah. I got somebody other than.
4 inch hole. Go to Melly's has that.
We have to run it down and running, we're gonna be working on the syrup, be honest, but I doesn't pick it up, he knows what you need.
We got prisoners coming in the morning. They'll come in here Friday.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, they'll be in here Friday morning, they'll be in here first thing in the morning. And, then we'll go up to the bluff, get everything out, and then I thought at noon, we'd go down and kind of weed eat around with signs and all that down under the hill.
What are they doing here in the morning?
They usually come here, they usually gotta go to the restroom.
I didn't know if I was doing something out there, so I was at.
I was approached by Dave Brown earlier out here, and he was asking me about that around the bluff, and if prisoners was gonna mow that, he said he weeded, or he cut some of the brush back.
On the other side of the wall.
Prisoners used to weed eat that.
They did weed eat it this year. They
Well, I
did.
told him I thought they had, but he
It's
said,
just that goddamn Johnson grass, I'm telling you.
he was trying to make a suggestion of maybe planting wildflowers or something over there, but I don't know of any. I
We
don't know.
tried.
Well,
Dang it, we got,
I told him to come to the meeting.
I sent you both of those to your town joint
Isn't the soil
email,
water?
or part, they're kind of similar, but.
they pulled and made some weeds.
Yeah.
stuff like that.
They did that on Saturday.
I said I
Yeah.
could bring a shot of
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna do it the same.
I thought about getting my weed eater over there, but I think that Johnson grass is too tough even for my weed eater.
Somebody sprayed that.
Well, there's one in the, is there one in the shed that has blade on it?
There's weed eaters in the shed.
I think there's one with blade on it.
Yeah.
We
they're-
took, one year we took, I didn't have one yet, but we took Kurt Beefy's walk behind weed eater
Yeah.
and tied a rope on it. And I pushed this way and he held the thing from going down there.
He said that he cut some brush and he cut some other things because it was getting where you couldn't see.
Dave Brown did
That's what
that.
he said.
That's good.
And he trimmed
Glad
up
to hear that.
he trimmed up some of the trees, some of the limbs on the maples down there, and he cut some of that brush back where you could see.
Yeah, the problem is if you get very far down there, you gotta go way down and then you can't reach anything.
You can see where it's grass, but then after that,
It's all those in
it's
there.
all tree and it's, remember they threw that table down there one time and it was got stuck in the tree for like 3 or 4 years? I mean, they threw those heavy tables in there and they got stuck in a tree. And it was, straight down, we couldn't get up there, and then finally, after about 4 or 5 years, it fell down. Me and Chester, Maine, everybody went down there and got it, brought it up. I can't believe it, because it was one of those ones that Clifford Carpenter made, that's heavy as heck.
Oh, metal
And
ones.
they threw that thing into the treetops.
And Brad Clifford made it.
Did it? He helped them make those?
Yeah,
He didn't want them stolen.
Don, do you know how many people come up Saturday morning?
I do not. I
No,
just saw that
I talked to
they
her.
asked for volunteers, you know.
This is the second time they've come?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The weed bank, is that what you're talking about?
yeah,
Saturday?
yeah.
We told, I told them that we were on Saturday up there, and they said, well, they didn't have one.
Yeah, I don't think so.
maybe they'll eat.
Said most of it was gonna be below the hill.
Yeah.
Tell them to eat that.
Yeah, I just saw it. There, I saw it.
So,
Okay, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for coming. Okay, so Wednesday at 4 o'clock.
Again, hi.
In a five. I did 5, yeah.
She's gonna send that ordinance to her, on to you guys to look at, so see what you think. So we don't want to come in empty-handed Wednesday night, we want to get something done.
Just so you guys know, I tell you, the air I had there for 2 days when we were gone, it was like back up to 84. And you can tell, like, there's some kind of, Kenzie's gone to Alaska for the month, so she can't come in and paint. Gavin could help you guys get, if you tell him, you know, you guys tell him. Any of that stuff that was the nepotism, I can't tell him, so if you
Where
want
is
to
it?
text him and ask him, he probably. could do
Outside?
that. But I turned the air back down in the fans because it's making everything in here, it's like tacky, sticky, and a little bit home looking.
I don't ever mess with that stuff.
When the last people that rented it, it wasn't like that when they left, so I don't know, but it was that high.
What is it?
The air got turned up to 84, so it was too much. It was up to, so it wasn't kicking on at all, so we need to keep it a little bit on.
Fans aren't on or anything, like you can see on that brown table, some of those back chairs, you can see it,
I
they're just
see
like
that.
dusty, old,
Did you cut the, like,
not yet.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, let's see if there's anything on there first, because
We'll take a couple of these tables, prisoners come in here tomorrow, we'll take up these tables and put them out for people taking money.
Oh,
And,
well,
and then we usually set them out there in front of the cook shack.
really only need 4 foot.
I know.
I've got
We do one way too. Okay, and then what about those cash things? They in here?
They're in there, John. and-
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought we'd get a couple of those.
Chester's supposed to be getting the money, but I haven't heard, seen it yet.
Okay, okay.
It started.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Hey,
He's
John,
supposed to bring the
That's
sauce.
sauce.
get away, I need to see you, man, about,
Huh?
I need to see you about some tables.
Tables.
Don't get away. Wait,
Huh?
talk to you about some tables.
it won't let us go do it, but I just put mine in there. 'Cause it
Okay.
says that way, mine in here. But I've got this paper, I'll print this and I'll make sure it stays with the.
Okay.
He was trying to get, so you guys all had to say, but he said he couldn't have that enough form, so I don't, mine's on there. If you want a second one, then I can ask him and see, but you signed the original, so
Uh,
I think that's what I turned it down to.
I don't know, now, the one I'm sure, I don't know, it's a programmable furniture.
I don't know if somebody touched the programs and that's what
And
made it
that's what
done.
I wonder, because it's up there, and Jimmy Sparks messes with it, and then during the week, it bumps up. Yeah, we need to keep it cool in there, if not, it'll be some musty moldy. I don't think these fans on all night.
I leave the fans on all the time because I think it helps circulate this
It
air.
says 75, I think I'll leave it on that.
That's what, I leave these, I've been leaving the fans on, I turned it back down.